Hey Sagittarius, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking at your person. So, whether this is a person who is currently in your life, you may not have even met them yet, or someone from the past. Sometimes we do have more platonic connections popping on through as well. So, just obviously somebody very important to your person, so to speak. Okay, so I will just let everyone know that if you do leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. I'll be drawing that when we hit our first 100 subscribers. So do like and subscribe to the channel as well, guys. Today I am using 4 different decks. So when we're going to look at your person's thoughts and feelings towards you, the energy towards you, we do have the Scrying Ink Lenormand. When we move more into reality, their actions, communication towards you, as well as outcomes for you guys, we have the 7th seal, Lenormand, there. I also have 2 oracle decks with me as well. So we've got the Ask the Angels Love Oracle, as well as those beautiful heart-shaped Lovers Oracle. Okay, so getting straight on into it for you today, Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, your person's thoughts and feelings towards you. Sagittarius, your person's thoughts and feelings towards you, Sagittarius. Okay, so their thoughts and feelings towards you, Sagittarius. I do immediately here, we are seeing the clouds in their thoughts and feelings. So, heavy in their thoughts at the moment, Sagittarius, because the cloud is the card of thoughts. It does also show us that there is probably a bit of confusion, possible anxiety about this energy here. That we are seeing from this person as well. So definitely some, they may be feeling as though they just don't know which path to take, I feel, because we do have the crossroads. So that really does talk about, them trying to decide which path to take, trying to work out their feelings, trying to work out, what choice or decision they need to make when it comes to this connection. So it's really sort of going around, they're overthinking about this quite a lot at the moment, I feel. So we definitely are seeing, they are thinking about making a choice or deciding to, walk the path towards Sagittarius, or or there is an actual, sort of decision that they need to make in regard to this connection that is sort of heavy on their thoughts at this time. They're feeling a bit confused about, which choice they should make, which decision is the right decision. But we also see the Mountain. Okay, so I feel as though this decision is talking about this Mountain card. So they're having to decide whether they want to face the obstacle, or whether they want to, put in the hard work, determination to, clear whatever the obstacle is between you guys at the moment. So I do feel for a lot of you that there is some, this is a current sort of energy, that there is some obstacle in or delay, some challenge in between you guys at the moment. And they're really having to decide whether they want to, put in the hard work to climb that mountain, so that they can get to the top and sort of slide on down the other side, where it becomes an opportunity, because every mountain, it is an obstacle, but it is also a brand new opportunity. So it just really feels as though they're very confused about, whether they need to be persisting, whether they need to be, persevering with this connection. So I do feel as though that choice or decision is in regard to this connection in general, whether they, want to persevere with this connection, or whether they want to choose a different path away from this connection. Okay, but it is sort of rattling around their brain at the moment. They're feeling very confused. They may be even feeling that, their judgment is a bit clouded when it comes to this connection. Feeling as though that, there's a definite obstacle or delay here that they're seeing, and they're just sort of trying to decide whether it's worth, slugging up the mountain and working out that path to get up to the top of the mountain, so that they can see their way clear, or whether it's easier for them to, just turn around and head a different path away from that mountain altogether. They're trying to weigh up for themselves at the moment whether that obstacle is too big of an obstacle to face, or whether it's something that they feel like they can actually surmount. Okay, so a very interesting energy coming through in their thoughts and feelings. But with that cloud energy there, they definitely are thinking about you and this connection quite a lot. That to the point they're overthinking it, and they're allowing themselves to become confused from overthinking. Okay, so whenever I see the clouds coming out for somebody, I do always sort of suggest that, that's when they need to be sort of coming from their heart, not from their thoughts and their overthinking. The overthinking stuff tends to pull you away from your heart's decision. Whereas it's if it's a decision that is the right path for you, it normally should be coming from your heart, and your heart knows which decision to make. So this person's just really sort of struggling with that, and allowing themselves to get stuck in the thought process of the decision, rather than just listening to their intuition and just making that choice that they sort of intuitively want to make or need to make. Okay, but we'll have a look at what's coming through with their communication and actions towards you. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this person's actions and communication towards Sagittarius, please. Okay. So bit of mixed messaging again. This person is quite confused at this time, and I feel as though they just don't even know. Like I said, they're too stuck in the headspace. They're not actually listening to their heart as much as they should be at this time. But what we are seeing, we do have the snake energy here. So as an action, sometimes that snake can, find another way to get around the obstacle. So I feel as though that's what they're sort of overthinking. What other way, instead of facing this obstacle head on, how can I get around it? How can I slither around that mountain? But overall though, the snake does have a lot of passion and ambition and desire towards you. It is a very physical, intimate card. So it does talk about, getting intimate on that physical level, wanting to, see you at night times and all that sort of a thing. So there is a lot of desire there, for you. It's just a matter of, this mountain, this obstacle, whatever this delay or obstacle between you is it worth sort of trying to slither around that obstacle, or am I going to face that head on? But we are seeing the snake energy there. So it does sort of feel as though, the temptation, usually the temptation takes over when it comes to seeing the snake card in the actions, whereas we saw that mountain in the thought processing. So, and the feelings. So, they do feel as though there is an obstacle there, and they are thinking about that obstacle or challenge or whatever that is for you guys, on an individual level, because it is a collective reading at the end of the day. But the temptation to try to get around that obstacle, I feel as though they're going to follow that. Follow that temptation, follow that physical desire for you. It's like that magnetism towards you. All right, so they may be deceiving themselves a little bit, that they're and telling themselves that they're facing this obstacle and they're putting in the hard work, but in reality they're kind of finding other ways to get around that. So if that obstacle, you're going to know for your own situation if that obstacle is something that needs to be addressed, or is it something that we can find another way to get around that, and that will sort of let you know as to whether or not you personally will accept this snake energy, because it may be them deceiving. It's not deceiving in a necessarily bad way. The vibe I'm getting here, it's not really a bad way. It's just that slithering around an obstacle. I'm just trying to think of an example here, but the symbology of the mountain and the snake is sort of the best one I can get, because with that mountain, in order to get to the top of the mountain, where you can see the path clearly and know exactly which path to take to get back down the mountain, you do actually need to put the hard work in to climb the mountain. Whereas this snake energy is this person going, okay, instead of climbing up this mountain, I'm actually going to take the long way around. I'm still going to get to the same path at the end of the day, but I'm actually going around sideways instead of actually, facing that challenge head on. Because once we face a challenge head on and we get to the top of the mountain, it's resolved. It's not a challenge anymore. It has been resolved. Whereas if we go around the mountain, sometimes we don't not actually solving this initial obstacle, and you may end up having to face this mountain again in the future. So I suppose it really depends on your individual situation whether this is something that does need to be addressed head on, or whether you are okay with finding alternate solutions to that problem. Okay, so um, I can feel that it's different for everyone in the collective. It's a very individual challenge that's coming through for each person within the collective there, Sagittarius. So it's really going to depend on you as to, whether you want that resolved, or whether you are happy to find other ways to work around that problem. Sometimes these problems are fine to be worked around. Okay, but because, like, if that mountain, that challenge, for example, that's creating a challenge or delay within the connection, if that challenge was something like you live an hour away from each other, all right, the way you would head on face that mountain and resolve that issue is one of you's got to move, all right, or so one of you's got to move and move towards the other one so that you are 5 minutes away and can easily see each other. Whereas that snake energy would be a solution along the lines of, that's okay, we've both got good cars, we'll travel that distance every weekend. Okay, so for now, that's a great solution. You can still see each other. It just involves, having to drive an hour and then an hour back. So it's a great solution for right now. But, a year from now, if you're still dating this person and things are getting more serious, you're going to face that mountain again, and you're going to face that decision again, whether one of us has to move so that we can move in together, or whatever the next level of that connection is. All of a sudden we're having children together, and we need to be living together so that you can help out with the baby and whatever it is. So that's kind of an example of what I mean when I'm talking about, is it okay to, bypass this obstacle for now, or does it need to be faced right now? So it's really going to be up to you, I feel. We do also have the tree. Okay, so there is some sort of self growth that this person is, activating at this time as well. That's something that they're healing or growing from. In the past. I do feel that that's something in the past that this person is, I don't feel as though this is related to you directly, Sagittarius. I feel as though this is something that, they're just still healing from something that's happened in the past. And maybe that's why they're not willing to face that mountain head on. Maybe that's why they're thinking about these options so heavily. Like they maybe don't, in that same example, they don't want to move an hour away for somebody because what happens if it doesn't work out? I did that in the past and it didn't work out. And so, that's something that they're having to bring on board. And that's why they're having to sort of grow and mature a little bit at this time when it comes to that sort of, past issue, and that's how it's sort of relating back. But we are also seeing the house energy as well. So for some of you, we are looking at an energy where, the action communication between you and this person is something physically house related. So wanting to move in together, wanting, I want you to meet my family, all those sorts of actions and communications. Okay, so I want you to come to my house for the first time if you haven't done that before. Come stay over, those sorts of things. Come hang out at my house. So there is a physical element with that house card. So it definitely could be talking about, let's buy a house together, let's move in together, all those sorts of things. Definitely family related as well. Let's meet the families for the first time. Let's go on a holiday and You know, I've got this holiday house. Let's go stay. All those sorts of physical things coming through with mostly with this action communication here. I am feeling as though for some of you, that's actually talking about the growth that we're needing to see is to do with this person's stability and security, the way that they're stable in this world. You know, so that could be talking about, you know, like financial security, you know, stability just within themselves and their, you know, their sense of self. Okay, so they are just needing to find a little bit of, you know, stability just with who they are. You know, before we really can progress, and that's the current actions that they're taking. So, you know, when I do see that tree as an action, it is actually a really positive thing because it shows that this person is trying to grow the situation, trying to grow themselves, you know, to be the better person that they can be. So it's always a positive thing when people are, you know, willing to work on themselves and work on their own issues. It's always definitely a positive thing. That's why I do also always, you know, have my shadow work videos. I do feel that that's something very important for people to be doing, is to be working on themselves. And this person does seem to be doing that. So that's a really good start, okay? But we'll have a look at the outcomes for you, Sagittarius. Near future outcomes for Sagittarius with this person, please. Okay, so as the outcomes, we are seeing the fish. Okay, so the fish is all about finances. So that financial security, I only just mentioned that a second ago. It's abundance and wealth. So in the future here, the near future, we are seeing a lot of abundance and wealth being created within this connection. So not just financial abundance and wealth, but, you know, wealth across, you know, love and all different areas there, having an abundance and wealth with this person within this connection in the near future. We are also seeing the feminine, okay? So the feminine, I don't really read the genders, but the feminine just does show us that there is a huge potential for nurturing elements within this connection in the near future as an outcome. A lot of emotion as well. The feminine is the more emotional side of ourselves. So there is a lot of emotion coming through in the near future with this person. And we also have, I love this, okay, because this is the mountain card. All right. So, like we've just talked about a few times there, if you subvert that mountain, it comes back and you have to face it once again. As an outcome, we're seeing that mountain. But this time, rather than being a choice to walk that mountain, we're just seeing the mountain by itself, okay? And the emotions and the abundance and the wealth come before that mountain. So we do see that mountain will be surmounted. It will be a brand new opportunity. Whatever these obstacles that you are facing in your personal circumstance, they will be surmounted, and they, you know, they will turn into brand new opportunities for, I feel, you both. Okay, I do feel that these are going to be brand new opportunities for you both. You know, we are seeing, because we've got the mountain twice there, and we do have the house and the tree, we are looking at a lot of stable sort of energy, non-movement. Okay, so there's not much movement here. So these things may take a little bit of time to you know, come across those issues and whatnot, solve those issues within this connection. It may be just a sort of very sort of slow and steady wins the race type connection, rather than a both jump in head first type connection. Okay, Sagittarius. So, you know, no need to rush. Okay, I feel as though, you know, we have a lot of time to work with within this connection. It's not sort of going anywhere. It's quite solid. All right. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius and your person, please. Okay, so yeah, trust, Sagittarius, trust in the process, trust that everything will, you know, even if we're facing obstacles, trust that we will get to the other side of those, and they will be surmounted within the next few months. Okay, so this energy, you know, everything we've sort of spoken about should all be resolved within the next few months. All right, so we're looking at that being the time frame for this reading by the look of that I'm getting, Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius and this person. Sagittarius. Whoa, that's too many. Sagittarius and your person, please. Okay. They're not afraid to talk today, Sagittarius. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart desires. Okay, so a lot of blessings within this connection. So some of you may not have even met this person yet, and this is looking at, future energy happening for you within the next few months. Playfulness. Okay, laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together and remember, love is the greatest healer. Okay, so using your sense of playfulness to climb those mountains. Okay, Sagittarius. Well, that's what we have for you today. I hope that resonated. You're more than welcome to chuck, chuck on, chuck. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. You're more than welcome to check another placement, chuck on another video of a different sign, whatever your strongest placements are. Usually with the way I read, moon signs do come through quite strong, but hopefully that resonated, and hopefully I will see you all again soon. Thank you.